This is a Headgum podcast.
No rap!
We can discuss, give me your truth, it never fails.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Lil Rel. Welcome to another episode of Keepin Rel with
Young Wayne.
That's right, we are back and we are full effect. As you can see today, I got on like straight up all Chicago Bulls gear.
Yeah, I don't know. You didn't tell me anything, but
I didn't.
Okay.
I don't see. I think yesterday you put your outfits out yesterday.
Yeah, I
but
did.
you got on the Jordan shirt.
I do it actually. It's kind of crazy. So
Yeah.
I'm halfway there.
So we kind of doing that. You know what I mean? You know, Chicagoans. You know,
Yeah,
Bulls
absolutely.
fan. Well, you're not a Bulls fan.
I mean, because I feel like Mike said he had a couple more years to go, and they cut him short. They wanted to get rid of the coach, so I didn't like that, and I never really fell in love with teams again. So I'm all about the players and player movement, not the way LeBron did it, but player movement. Well, I might as well be. Yeah, shout out to LeBron then, because they do you wrong sometimes. Do you agree?
What? Sure, whatever. You know, that's one thing. And then also, it makes me think about something too. Like recently, we've been seeing a lot of the NBA super like veteran, like Dr. J, Shaq, put their top 10 list out, and all those top 10 lists have been very different. The only person consistently that's been on there, I think, has been Mike and LeBron, maybe. Well, no,
LeBron was missing off one of them.
One of them. Which one was it? Dr. J.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Dr. J had Nate Archibald on that top 10 list.
Yeah.
That was interesting. Like, a lot of people was like, why would he do that? You know, and I think if you do a poll with players, everybody's going to have a different top 10. Because even if Shaq had Iverson and Isaiah in his top 10.
Really? Shaq had Iverson and Isaiah in his?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I got to see this. I wish I could pull up the Shaq's list. Let me see. Can I pull up my phone? Shaq's, what is it?
Top 10.
Top 10 list.
Yeah.
Who else is on that? So we got Magic Johnson, Kobe Bryant, Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Shaq. That's his first team. And that ain't no disrespect to Karl Malone, Barkley, and Kareem.
And you can keep it on Dr. J. We're going to look at that, too.
And then coming off the bench, you got Steph Curry, Iverson, Tim Duncan, Karl Malone, and Isaiah Thomas.
Now, this is Dr. J. He's Jerry West, Oscar Robertson, Elgin Bailey, Wilt Chamberlain, Bill Russell, Michael Jordan, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, Karl Malone, and Tiny Archibald.
Right. That's
Like
the people he watched.
Even Trey Young saying, this got to be fake. You know, and that's why I hate about young people. Young people are so disrespectful. Dr. J pretty much put up who he went against, like who he saw.
Okay.
And so, like, you can't get mad at everybody's list can be different. Like, I don't know why people get mad. Like, it's literally like how you pick your favorite rappers, all that stuff. Like, that is, to me, that's who he saw.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? He like, and Mike might be the youngest person on this list, actually. Well, Karl Malone is.
Well, they play in the same era. I mean, how far was Karl Malone and Michael Jordan for real? What year was Karl Malone drafted?
He was drafted after Mike. So he's younger. But he in that same generation.
Right.
That's just interesting. And then Shaq, you said say it again?
He said himself, Shaq. I mean, it's himself,
Because Dr.
Kobe.
J didn't even put himself on the list, even though he should be on there.
He didn't?
Nah.
Okay. Maybe you shouldn't put yourself on there. Magic Johnson, Kobe, Mike, LeBron, Shaq. 5. The other 5 is Steph Curry, Allen Iverson, Tim Duncan, Karl Malone, and Isaiah Thomas.
Karl Malone is not going over Dr. J.
You saying Shaq should have put Dr. J on his list?
Yes. 100%.
Because he saw Dr. J play.
Not just that, Dr. J was like the blueprint for like small forward shooting guards.
But if you didn't see him play, you wouldn't know that. Like, I didn't see him play, so I would never think about putting him in my top 10.
Because he didn't put Shaq didn't put Bill Russell on there, did he?
He did not.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I think a lot of this stuff is built on, because a lot of people didn't see Wilt Chamberlain play, but Dr. J did and competed against him. And so, like, compared to what he said, I got to respect Dr. J's list. You know, I think we just only care about recent stuff.
Let's see.
And so with Trey Young talking about with all due respect, Trey Young, I mean, you know, give respect. Come on, Trey.
Yeah, these are kind of, okay, Oscar, Mike. Come looking at the big, he had a lot of bigs on there. And Jerry West. Okay, so yeah, like 5 and 5. It mixed up. Man,
it's his list.
Right. Magic Johnson.
Who's your top 10?
Who's your top 10? I'm gonna go with you first, because I got
Michael Jordan, Kareem, Magic, Dr. J, Hakeem Olajuwon. Dominique Wilkins. Allen Iverson. Kobe Bryant. LeBron James.
Well, I know you're missing somebody.
Bill Russell, out of respect.
Okay. You probably missed. Did you say Kareem?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
I might have missed Kareem.
That's what I'm saying.
But I put Olajuwon on there. I think Olajuwon's better than Kareem.
And you left Shaq off, right?
Ooh, I did.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's saying top 10 is crazy. Like,
It's
people
tough.
like, how many players you got in your top 10? Because it's like, it's not 10.
tough.
It's always like 15.
Well, I mean, it's no disrespect to nobody. It's like, those are just my top, those are like my top 10 players that I watch.
Are you sure? After me throwing a couple of those names out.
Ain't nobody I would take out. I mean, only place, maybe I replace Bill Russell with Shaq, but out of respect, I got to say Bill Russell.
Okay, out of respect. See, and because I didn't see Bill Russell. You didn't see Bill Russell.
Yeah, but we got
So we just going off stats.
Numbers, highlights, and everything. We can see all that.
All right, so then I would go Mike.
I didn't see Dr. J, but it's enough. Like, when I saw Dr. J's documentary, that was it for me. I'm like, I'll never not have him in my top 10.
I didn't see the
He's
documentary.
one of the greatest players of all time.
Okay, I agree. I mean, yes, I'm absolutely Dr. J is a super cool dude. I don't ever see him play. I know he did a lot for the game. So I'm gonna go Michael Jordan, Kobe Bryant, Steph Curry. Okay, now I gotta get in there. LeBron James, gotta go with LeBron.
You know what makes this list weird, and even as you do it,
Okay, I got 4.
because it is two different lists you can have. Who's your top 10 greatest of all
Exactly.
time, and my favorite.
And that's why you put
Now,
Dominique
my
in there.
favorite list is different.
No,
My
I
favorite.
thought Dominique would be because of your favorites.
No, but he's still one of the greatest players of all time to me.
Yeah, but he
He
wouldn't
was
be.
a crazy scorer.
He wouldn't be in the top 10.
For me, it is. Now, my favorite players, like
I'm confused.
no, my favorite, because then some of them didn't get a chance to. Like Penny Hardaway is one of my favorite players of all time. Grant Hill is one of my favorite players.
Okay.
Jimmy Jackson, one of my favorite players.
Okay.
So like, I have a random list of favorite players. Charles Barkley is one of my favorite players.
Okay.
Who else? Hakeem Olajuwon is one of my favorite players. Michael Jordan is one of my favorite players. Iverson is one of my favorite players.
Scottie Pippen used to be one of your favorite players.
Mookie Blaylock is one of my favorite players. Scotty was never one of my favorite players.
Really?
No.
Oh, thought he was.
Nope.
My bad.
B.J. Armstrong is one of my favorite players.
Was Robert Parrish one of your favorite players?
No.
Oh, sure.
And who's not even in remotely on any of this. That's one of my favorite players is God Shamgod.
Okay, because of the moves.
Not because of the moves, because of what he did at Providence. I watched those games. You know, a lot of y'all look at his moves. No, that nigga was killing at Providence. And so, like, it's just a weird list. Like, lists are very interesting. Like, you know, I don't know. Have we ever did a comedian list on here?
Top comedians in history. I'm sure we have.
Have you ever heard me pick that?
Yeah.
I don't know if I have, for real.
So you have a top what?
I have a top, like a nice top, and it changes. Because recently I watched Wanda Sykes' new special was amazing. She might be, to me, one of the greatest to ever do it. I got her over Chris Rock. And most people think I'm crazy for that, but sorry.
Okay. It's not crazy.
Because she's so consistent.
But that's like a longevity thing. And what if some comedians don't want to go long or do as much?
Well, that's why Eddie's still one of the greatest to ever do it. Like, some people think, I've heard Cat Williams, a couple of people say, oh, Eddie can't be the greatest because he didn't put out this amount of specials, but he didn't have to.
Right.
If what he's did was classics and blueprints. You can put out all the specials you want to, and like, if only 3 good and 7 of them trash, who gives a damn how many specials you put out?
So that is very interesting because people compare Mike and LeBron because LeBron has lasted on his 21st year and he's been to the finals 10 times, and Mike only went 6, but he won all 6. So it's like it's an interesting. Your side would be
greatness is greatness. I mean, it's not a numbers game. Like Mike won 6 championships. Every time he went to the finals, the brother won.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Every single time Michael Jordan went to the finals, and in dramatic fashion. Some of the greatest games we've ever seen, some of the greatest moments Michael Jordan has created. And that's what I'm saying. That goes with anything, like any list we do. I mean, we've done the hip hop thing. We've done so many. It's even like if you go greatest actors, and that's
Actors.
That's a tough one because we could go with numbers, right? Because to be honest with you, if we look at on the number side, you know who 2 of the greatest actors are?
Who are these people?
Denzel and Tom Hanks. Like I don't know who outdoes them as far as body of work, the type of work, awards. Even though Denzel don't have a lot of awards,
right.
Which is weird as shit. But then Tom Hanks probably the greatest because he has the trophies too.
I'm about to say Tom Hanks has a lot of awards. What, Forrest Gump? Plenty of movies.
So many damn movies.
Plenty of movies. I mean, I'm just saying. Did Forrest Gump win awards?
I think he won for Forrest Gump.
Okay.
He did, yeah.
That's one of my favorite movies for
That's
sure.
a great movie.
Yeah.
It's so weird because Forrest Gump just fucks with history for no reason. Like, I don't know any other movie that's ever like, oh yeah, we could just fuck with history.
What you mean, man?
What you mean? Like him playing with the president and shit. Like they was using AI before people was using AI. They had Tom Hanks standing on the podium. They had the president say that weird shit to him. It's fucking interesting.
Yeah. Tom Hanks, man.
The microphone went off when Forrest Gump said what happened to the war. And the only people that heard, like, none of that happened. But it's so interesting. It's such a great story.
Yeah, that movie. And I bet you watching it now, I probably have more of appreciation for it, but I loved it then. Like, I haven't watched it.
I love it. That's one of those movies that come on, I watch every time it comes on. But Denzel is just brilliant, too. Like, you know what's crazy? I like Denzel in a lot of movies, but one of my favorite movies is Mo Better Blues, and then I like the Equalizer movies. It's just something about seeing an old nigga whoop everybody's ass with regular like fight stuff. Only Steven Seagal did that, and then Denzel's doing it now. Like just regular fight moves, but fucking people up. Old as shit. But it's fucking fascinating.
No.
It's like, oh man, he just broke. He's like, he's a good guy. He's doing it for the right. He's whooping everybody's ass for good reason.
He's the equalizer, man.
The equalizer. It's certain like characters. So I look at John Wick versus the Equalizer would be the craziest. If they ever do a mashup movie, I would love to see the Equalizer and John Wick meet. I don't know if they're on the same side. I don't know if they're about to kill each other. That'd be fucking. I don't even know what type of fight that would be. Just the most regular, dangerous fighting people of all time. Just kicking ass. The Equalizer and John Wick.
You just put together some stuff, man. Ain't nobody ever said that before.
I know ain't nobody ever said that before. But I do that sometimes. It's like certain characters in movies I would love to see fight. Like a full-blown, like Rambo, right? Rambo versus the Terminator.
Dude, what?
Random as fuck, but it'd be interesting.
Terminator.
And we talk about full-blown, swole-ass Sylvester Stallone Rambo. Even though that last Rambo was interesting, like when he was old as shit, wasn't it? Like, it's just really interesting.
Wow. Okay. So,
I mean, look, all that stuff has something to do with everything we said. I was just saying, like, it's hard to list things out. Like, even if we go with top actresses, I think, Sadie Field is somebody that people talk about a lot, but I think Loretta Devine deserves that same, level of, like, seniority, because she's been putting it down for a long time and done some great films.
I about to say, is it the type of films that they do that?
It's weird. I don't know what that, because you look at Angela Bassett. I mean, her body of work is crazy.
Right.
I mean, shit, Lawrence Fishburne, somebody we underrated. Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson been looking at everything.
Dude, he's been putting it down for. I mean, this nigga went from playing a crackhead to a cop to an evil person to a Marvel guy. Like Samuel Jackson is just that guy.
Yeah, his role in Coming to America still trip me out every time I see him.
They said, anybody move, I'll blow your fucking head off. Fuck you.
Man, lost to a fucking mop stick. Oh, man,
that nigga took a mop stick and they whipped his ass. You sweat from a baboon's balls. What the fuck is that? Like, this like random shit they say Coming to America the first one. It's the most funniest shit. This nigga, Daryl, which is one of my favorite, the Soul Glow guy.
Oh man, that damn
When
hair.
he asked the king, he said, "What type of games y'all play in Africa? Chase the monkey."
Oh man,
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
to
that
say
was crazy.
That's so crazy shit. Like, damn.
He was the first hater, man.
He was a hater. He was kind of
a hater.
racist and shit. he was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, we play soccer. Oh yeah, soccer. Yeah, especially love how that ball bounced off your head.
Oh my goodness.
To me, no sport is unless you use your hands. Like, what the fuck?
Who wrote the nigga that last?
Nigga said, what type of game? He told that nigga wearing clothes must be a new experience for you.
Nah.
Damn.
That movie,
Wearing
man.
clothes must be a new experience for you. He said, man, yeah, I would have helped you with had a cup of coffee in my hand. That, you know what's funny? In certain characters that are evil as fuck and they're not like super villains.
Right.
That nigga was evil.
Yeah.
Like, he was just an evil, and he was a lying motherfucker too. He didn't give a fuck. He lied about putting the money in the donation thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
He lied about go help fighting. And then he lied to everybody's family that he proposed to Lisa and she said yes. That nigga was crazy.
Yeah, he was pretty bad, man. But and then at least nothing good happened for him in the end. I think that was the point. One of the points in the movie, like because he's such a bad person, you lose everything.
Man, that nigga said, what type of games y'all play in Africa?
And then the sister tried to get with him. No,
she did get with him, which I thought that when they did come to America too, I wish they would have dove into that again, like a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, who is Daryl? Like, honestly, if they would have made the person, like in the movie, if I wrote it, I would have made that kid the evil one jealous of Lisa and a king and did some shit with that. You know what I mean? Like where they wanted to give back because maybe they felt a certain way because of whatever. And so like they never did that.
Right.
They went up and made up some general nigga. I don't know, man. I don't know what the hell that was.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
good
man.
old Kenya Burris.
Oh, this guy, man. Yeah, man, you needed some Coming to America purists in the rooms.
I mean, like that's what make a lot of the great movies. I think if you write it from a perspective of a fan, like the Creed works because you could tell Ryan Coogler loved the Rocky shit,
Right.
and so he was able to do the correct spinoff from that. And you know, I think about this all the time. Like people always talk about bringing out back Beverly Hills Cop. I think they just shot something not too long ago. And I was like, yo, you know what my pitch would be to that? And I don't give a fuck. I'm going to say it on this podcast because I've said it to people. Obviously, nobody want to listen to me. If y'all steal this, I don't even give a shit. It should have been, they keep wanting to do an Axel Foley has a son and blah, blah, blah. Fuck all that. What I would have did, I would have made Axel Foley like the chief of police somewhere. Like, Axel, nothing like how Axel would. Like Axel actually is like the chief running the police
like
department.
a chief, yeah.
And you remember the character Detective Todd?
Yeah.
So Detective Todd was the one that kept cursing Axel ass out in Detroit. That was his commander, his boss. He said, man, what the fuck you at? He was like cursing Axel out all the time. You was chewing my ass. You know, he just say crazy shit like that. I'm like, what if he had a son and he became like the rogue bad boy cop like Axel
like
was?
Axel Foley, yeah.
So you just switch this shit up. And so, like, I'm like, why nobody decided to do it? Because also, you make an original character. You make somebody like Detective Todd who just cursing people out, so his son is a version of that. Like, man, get the fuck out of here, Axel. Like, it would have been so fucking funny.
Yeah.
But, shooby-dubos, nobody asked me.
So they already doing something?
They already did. They did a pilot. You know, they just leaked the pilot they did with Brandon T. Jackson recently.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, but it just, have you watched that clip?
No.
I don't know, man.
I'm sure.
Yeah. Shooby-dubos.
All right. Come on, man. Yeah, you supposed to be in these rooms, man. You watch everything.
No, it ain't that you ain't about being in the rooms. I do know the people, and I've had discussions. But if they already working with somebody else before that, they usually go with that. But then a lot of cats don't even want to collaborate because they think they the only ones that know every fucking thing. And so it's just really interesting. And I'm a fan of so many things.
Right.
Where it's like, yo, you could do all this cool shit. You know what I mean? Which is why, like, that's my goal. Like, we talk about top 10 lists. One of these days, I want to be considered one of the top 10 comedians and comedic actors of all time. Like, that's a true goal of mine. And I think I can accomplish it. Like, the other day, I posted on my page my specials that I've done so far. And I'll put any of my specials against anybody's shit. I don't give a fuck who it is. But it's tough if you don't have, once again, the hype machine. You know, that's why we think about basketball. Like, well, we'll get people look at these lists, but these, you know, it wasn't no social media, it wasn't this and that. So people feel a certain way. Like, why would they put Jerry West? He's the fucking logo.
Hey, he averaged a lot of points too. He went to the finals,
Dude,
9 times?
Jerry West was fucking great.
Yeah.
Oscar Robertson. He was the first triple-double guy.
Yeah.
Elgin Baylor.
He put in a lot of buckets. People don't know he averaged like 27
was
a game.
fucking unstoppable.
Yeah, clearly. Bill Russell.
You know what's funny about Wilt Chamberlain? He's like all these big guys we see in today, except he has size. He's like, you know, the new 3-point shooter. Like, Wilt could do a lot. Wilt was a scoring fucking machine.
Yeah, I think I seen him shooting jumpers one time.
Man, Wilt could do all that shit.
Yeah, that list is tough. I'm not familiar.
Do you put Karl Malone over Charles Barkley? Or Tim Duncan? Or even Kevin Garnett?
I mean, he did number 2 all time in scoring. So he had to do something.
No, Malone is great, but
at one point,
do you think he's the greatest power forward of all time?
Do I think? No, I mean, no, man. Playing both sides of the ball was important. So that's why Tim. I didn't like Tim, man. I
Tim Duncan?
I didn't because I was a Lakers fan. I was a Kobe fan. So that
so
battle.
Grow up, nigga. Okay. We talking about now.
Yeah, now, yes, of
real
course.
basketball.
Of course. But then we like KG. KG talked crazy, but he was not better than Tim Duncan. But he can hold his own. Kevin Garnett was a bad boy. He didn't win as much as Tim. So let's say Kevin Garnett, and I hate doing that, putting somebody in that place. I'm not going to do that.
That's a tough era too, because at that time the power forward was a motherfucker.
Yeah,
you had Rasheed Wallace, you had Chris Webber, you had KG, you had Tim Duncan. You had, Barkley was still around for a little bit of that shit. You had Malone was still. Yeah. That shit, the power forwards was going at it.
Yeah, it was, but it's a totally different game, right? You had to play through the post, through a big man, whether it was a power forward or a center. That's crazy.
Well, you still can. I mean, look, Jokic proved that you still should do that. He has a different version of it.
Yeah, but because game is
still playing through the big man,
but not through the post.
It's both with them because he does everything. Like, that's what makes him unique. Jokic is able to go to the post. He's able to bring the ball up. I think when he dominates in the post a lot of times, that fucks the game up too because he gets those big guys in foul trouble and shit. But he's so interesting.
But it was something I was going to say because back then you had a center and a power forward. So you made it kind of condensed. It was kind of condensed. Now you got Jokic in that by itself. So it's 1-on-1 and 4 people on the 3-point line. So it's a little easier for him to get a bucket. They're not doubling. Everybody can shoot now. That's why the game has changed so much.
You sound insane. Because what makes Denver work is that they do have some of the old school shit.
What's that? Everybody trying to shoot.
Yeah, but they have a complete team. Like they'll score. They go to the bucket. They just play to me like better real basketball than everybody else. You can't win with all that 3-point shit. I'm sorry, it ain't gonna work in the playoffs.
What do you mean? It's been winning the last 5-6 years.
Where? Go to state. Just go to state. The only team that can do that. Nobody else has won like that.
Yeah, Milwaukee kind of won inside.
That's what I'm saying.
Started going inside.
Golden State is a unique. That's why any team that's trying to be like Golden State is fucking insane. Because that's a unique system. Like, you're not gonna be able to do that unless you have a Steph Curry or Clay who are unique shooters. Mm-hmm. Because now they be trying to force people to be shooters that's not shooters.
Like who?
Anybody. Every team think they got shooters.
You gotta have shooters, man.
But these niggas ain't even really shooters.
Give me somebody who shoot too many threes.
Trae Young.
I think even he stopped shooting threes as much. But then when he does shoot them, yeah, you're right.
Unless he hot, but he's so streaky sometimes.
Yeah. Sorry, Trae, man. The percentages are kind of low. I noticed that one day. I was like, damn, Trae.
Niggas are just shooting that bitch. It don't even make sense.
Because they told him he was the next Steph at one point. And then,
I'm the next Steph Curry.
That's how he sounded to you?
I don't know.
That's how he looked like
he
he
was
sounded.
talking hella shit one day. I was at one of the games. He be talking crazy.
Yeah, he talked that big talk,
Him and Chris Paul is probably the most shit-talking people I've ever watched courtside. Chris Paul be talking crazy to the referees.
I mean, he the president.
So, man, shut the fuck up. I'm like, what? You can't talk to that nigga like that. He don't get no tech.
But Trae Young shoot too much. So what's wrong with Boston? Boston just got rid of Marcus Smart, got Porzingis. They still got Tatum. They paid Jaylen Brown. Shout out to Jaylen Brown, $304 million over 5 years, the highest paid player in NBA history. biggest contract. Shout out to him. What do you think?
For real?
Yeah, $304 million, 5 years. Shout out to Jaylen Brown. I mean, it's gonna go up as we continue to move. They say Shea Gilgeous is gonna look at 400. As long as the way he keep doing what he's doing, he's looking at 400 in probably 2 or 3 years whenever his next contract comes up. That's what they're paying.
That's a lot of money.
Hey man, I guess that's subjective, man. That's what they should get, right?
You just buy your house, buy 4 cars, and just chill the fuck out. And just invest the rest.
Hey man.
Buy 4 cars, a big ass house, how you build shit set up, and invest.
I think $6 million of it goes into the escrow as well. I had a breakdown of the contract. I don't want to break his down like that, but
look, taxes is gonna take half of it.
Yeah, I saw the taxes. Let's see if I can bring it up real quick.
Man, don't be doing that. Don't count nobody else's money.
No, not his money. Just talking about what they have to put away. Like they got a jock tax where they get taxed everywhere they go, each city, each state. So I mean, but hey, still, shout out Jaylen. Shout out to the NBA. Shout out to all the brothers making money. Everybody making money in the NBA. Shout out to them because, I mean, we say, like WNBA, it takes time, though. Like the NBA, it took time for them to get here.
I'm excited for the WNBA. Yeah. I think this season has been one of the best seasons. We went to a game the other day. You know, we were talking about this. Like the WNBA just need the machine. And, hey, yeah, we want to be a part of that. So, hit us up. Shit.
Yeah.
We don't mind hosting a show, doing something, because I think it deserves that. Women's basketball is amazing. I was just watching it's a documentary on the U.S. women's team that actually helped orchestrate that team, almost basically made the WNBA happen. Because it was a lot going on. The hype machine was
Who
there.
was on the team?
Lisa Leslie, Rebecca Lobo, Cheryl Swoops, what's her name? The coach, Don Staley. Who else was on
Almost sound like the Martin episode.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. It was an episode. It was a couple people. Rebecca Lobo was like, I didn't realize they was picking on her.
What you mean?
Because she was like the college, like almost like Christian Laettner was to the dream thing.
Okay,
so they was giving her shit.
She was good.
So the coach was like, on her ass. It was very interesting. You gotta watch the documentary. It's very honest.
Where's it on?
I don't even know what I watched it on. I be just watching shit.
I think the WNBA is in a good space right now. And a shout out to Steph Curry and the Warriors for opening the game up, because they always say maybe they don't watch women because of dunking and this, that, and the third. With the way they play, like what we watched the other day, court side, it was incredible. Like that ball movement. You know what I'm saying? Finishing left, right.
I mean, Sloot went crazy. Yeah. Liberty is one of my favorite teams.
Yeah, shout out Van der Sloot, man. Shout out Van der Sloot. Yeah.
That Liberty team is tough, man. They got a lot of size.
Yeah, man.
You know, and Vegas is fucking insane. So, you know, the Aces got like shit.
They on a collision course.
It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a fun playoffs this year. Yeah, I'm excited, and you know, it would be nice to have just more energy towards the WNBA. I was on the phone with one of my homeboys. I ain't gonna say who it was. Like, so it's a game. Is it like how? Come on, fam. It's basketball, bro. It's really good basketball.
Yes, it is. Shout out to
the like, do they have male groupies there? Man, shut your ass up.
Saying anything.
He asked me the stupid shit. Is it like male groupies just sitting around looking to be chose? Like, no.
That dude is nuts.
Leslie Jones is there.
Man, shout out Les, man.
Les, she's like the spokesperson.
Oh yeah, she was up there. I was like, man, what they shot this today? But she's a part of the team, like, part of the organization. Yeah, Clipper Darrow sitting there.
Some big head nigga with this hat.
Yeah, who is that guy?
I have no idea. I don't know if he works for the organization. They used to do with this huge hat.
Man.
It was kind of scary because at first I'm like, is this a joke? But I'm like, what if this nigga head was that swollen? It was like a big ass hat.
Yeah, the hat
Sparks hat. It was the most crazy shit I've ever
Whoever sitting behind him, man, I don't think they can see the game.
Like, man, I can't see shit. This big head motherfucker. And he kept standing up.
Right. Yeah, dancing. Shout out to Leslie, man, sending me the chicken tenders, man. Well, sending us the chicken tenders. I appreciate them chicken tenders. They was good.
She texted me like, yo, make sure your boy get one of the tenders. Might have been shooting a shot at you.
Hey, huh?
Leslie,
She be double.
She be double. I was like, she literally text me, make sure your boy get one of those tenders. Like, she watching me eat these? I was tearing them up. She was,
right, like she can see you eating them all. You ain't sharing.
She like, girl ain't sharing the tenders. I asked the nigga if he wanted one. Shit. I mean, she got them for us, though. She said she would.
She did.
Told them damn tenders up.
That's great.
That's so random.
Send us tenders. You sending us tenders.
Send us chicken tenders.
I didn't see them on the menu. I was like, I asked him. I didn't see the tenders.
That's so funny.
You gotta know who to ask.
You gotta know who to ask. Top 10 chicken tenders. Give them that top 10 chicken tenders. That lady came over. She brought the tenders so quick because she took forever with my shit.
Yeah.
Well, I ordered the hot dog and the nachos. It took like 2 quarters to get that shit.
Yeah, 2 quarters.
But the tenders was there right away.
Oh, that because Leslie ordered them. It's different.
I'm like, man, we need some pool around here.
Yeah,
it wasn't even on the menu.
It was not. I looked at the
Where
menu.
they get these fucking tenders from?
Well, in the back. In the back of the back.
Leslie wants some tenders. For who? For Rel and his friend.
Rel and his friend.
Make sure your boy get a tender.
Make sure your boy get a tender.
She probably gonna ask you about them tenders.
Oh,
if you see
man.
again.
I gotta tell I got one.
That's so funny. Well,
yeah.
We talked top 10.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even let you finish your top 10.
I'm still at 4. I said Mike, Kobe, Steph, LeBron. Now I'm gonna go bigs. I'm gonna go Shaq, Magic Johnson, Tim Duncan, Bill Russell, Larry Bird, and I know I'm Kareem. I know I'm missing somebody, but
I give you an interesting list. Top 10 tandems.
Shaq and Kobe, Mike and Scotty,
Malone and Stockton.
Malone and Stockton. Even though they didn't win, they were excited. Shaq and Penny.
That's what I'm saying.
Shaq and Penny.
That's a good one. Shit, Marbury and KG.
And KG. It was tough. Ooh, they was tough.
Kareem and Magic.
Kareem and Magic, for sure. Oh, I'm about to say, who was Larry? Larry played with McHale, but I'm not.
I don't know if it was a tandem.
That.
Yeah, that was like a complete team thing.
Isaiah, I don't think he had a.
Yeah, that was a complete team thing.
Him and Joe Dumars, but nah. Steph and Clay. Gotta go Steph and Clay.
Mm.
Yeah, come on. I mean, people don't, they guards. People don't used to do that.
Even if with that, it's always when you bring up Steph and Clay, because I liked Vince and Tracy McGrady.
They ain't play long enough.
But it was still, we just said favorite tandems.
No, it was dope. No, they
were hooping,
They could have been something for sure. Man, it was so many. It
actually ain't so many. It's very interesting. Either you have 4 teams of really good tandems. Now, Drexler and Elijah Wan was an interesting tandem.
Yeah. And that was on an older.
Yeah,
but it still worked.
But in 1 year, they won a championship as a 6th seed.
Damn, because I want to say KG and Paul, but then Ray was there, so that's like a triplet.
I like Duncan and David Robinson when they had their thing going.
And they got 2 together, 99 and 2001, I think. Not 2001, 2003? Yeah.
It's not a lot of, as much as we think it's a lot of tandems, it's really not.
John Starks and Patrick Ewing. Now look, why the tandems are so dope is because NBA Jam. So you think those tandems, that was crazy. I can't remember all the Taylor, Detlef Schrempf and Sean Kemp. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Gary Payton and Sean Kemp.
Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. Man, White Chocolate and Chris Webber. You know what I'm saying? Just for that.
But it wasn't a tandem for real.
No, but it was exciting time.
Like the tandem of that was more Divock and Webber to me than that. Cause that's when those big guys they were the passers.
They were throwing dimes.
Yeah.
Out of the post.
Out of the post.
To the shooters.
That Sacramento team was so fucking good.
So wait a minute. When they had fought the Lakers to Game 7, Bibby was there.
Yeah.
What was Jason?
So whoever was coaching Sacramento at the time, which I think was what's his name? He used to coach the Trailblazers.
Adelman?
Yeah. He didn't like the way. He just thought he was reckless. But
yeah.
I was mad about that action because Jason Williams helped make that team popular again.
Absolutely.
And fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
And so you bring Bibby. Bibby was more of he's just a clean player.
Yeah.
But Jason Williams was like, I honestly think he would have took them over the top. I don't care how good Bibby was. Jason Williams was exciting.
Bibby was a bucket, though. And his mid-range game was crazy. I mean, every time, 16, I used to be like, ugh. Because, again, I was Kobe. I'm like, oh, this dude, man.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was insane. Shout out to Devin George. Big ball, big buckets in the Game 7. See, I remember all that. Big buckets in Game
crazy.
7.
I'm like, who? But that's funny. Those are probably all the tandems. It ain't a lot of them.
That's crazy to say that. But, I mean, now we got Jason. They like to try to get it back. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, that's what I mean, DeMar and Zach supposed to be.
Yeah.
LeBron and AD.
Yep. Lil still got stuff in Clay. Well, Clay get it together this year. It was a little
But
rough.
it's hard to make them tandems.
Oh, yeah.
That's what made the ones that Shaq and Penny and Steph and Kevin Garnett they so unique to me.
Yeah.
And I hate we couldn't see that play out. Shaq and Penny has a good run. I mean, Shaq left, so we kind of did see that play out actually.
Yeah.
And they couldn't, they got swept by Houston.
They ran into the wrong team.
And then the Bulls beat their ass, so they came back to the conference.
Yeah.
Right? So.
Yeah. So 97.
Oh, D Wade and Shaq.
Shit, D Wade and LeBron.
D Wade and LeBron.
For sure. D Wade and LeBron.
But then that was a 3-piece though.
It was. Shout out Chris Bosh here, dog.
Yeah, it wasn't necessarily a tandem.
They didn't give him the credit. But as a tandem, that picture where D Wade threw that oop and had his arms out, LeBron, they made that tandem. But yes, Chris Bosh was underrated on that team. Everything he did, including the huge rebound and the pass to Ray Allen, which saved them a championship. Well, got them a championship, saved that season, that playoff. That was, man, he got no credit for real. Not enough credit. He got credit, but not enough.
Ray Allen was a clutch shooting motherfucker, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, great tandems. Oh, that was a good top 10 list tandems.
Paul Pierce, Antoine Walker. They were exciting. Don't do that. Twan from the crib.
Fan, that's the only reason you brought that up. That's insane.
But y'all don't give Paul Pierce no credit. That's why he be going on these podcasts, drunk, talking crazy,
I'm
y'all.
not saying that. We talking about tandems.
Cameron and Mace.
All right, Wayne, you doing too much.
It is what it is.
That's so not true. You frustrated me.
I sent you their high school clips.
I don't give a fuck about that.
It was awesome.
All right. Well, this episode basically was a top 10 thing, and it was fun.
Yeah.
So, thank y'all for tuning in to another episode of Keeping It Rel with
Young Wayne.
What's your top 10?
We a dope tandem.
Bye.
Keeping it real.
That was a Headgum podcast.